Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Keep sketchbook and drawing instruments ready with you. Okay. See, in yesterday's last class, we started with the projection of plane surfaces. I just give an introduction to the planes and what are the different uh, planes we had to discuss and different orientation of planes in space. Okay. And also we discussed how to draw the projection of the planes when it is been placed in the first quadrant with the different reference planes, right? So these things I was discussing in the last class. Okay. So also I think I started with one problem last class. Yeah. Divyesh, you had some doubts in the last class, right?
Yes, sir.
Divyesh, you can hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What was your doubt, Mark?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah. What was your doubt? You can let me clarify that.
Sir, what's the distance of the final position A and C?
This distance, huh?
No, sir, A and C.
This distance, huh?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yeah, yeah. Please listen here. See, this triangle is similar to this triangle only. We are taking this triangle, which is the top view of the second position. This is the top view, right? Could you able to see? I am showing this. You just look
Yes,
at
sir.
that cursor, mouse cursor. So this is the top view of the second position, right? This top view I have just shifted here. That's it. So what you have to do is you have to draw a 60-degree line with respect to VP, and then you have to mark A on this line and take a compass and measure AC with a compass with A as a center. You cut. The simple thing is you are just transferring, you are just shifting this triangle over here. That's it. Would you able to understand the mystery?
Yes, sir.
Are you following?
Yes, sir.
What we are doing is I am just inclining the edge on which it rests. AC is the edge which is resting on AC. That AC I want to incline with respect to BP at 60 degrees. So therefore what I will do is I will take this triangle. Don't take the original triangle. This is a true shape. Don't take true shape. The top view of the second position, you take this and you have to incline in such a way that AC is inclined to BP at 60 degrees. So then you have to construct this triangle here. So once you get AC, then with a compass measure BC and AB, with C as a center, draw an arc, with A as a center, draw an arc, and you have to construct this triangle over here. Would you able to get it?
Yes, sir.
Is it Ayush? You are talking?
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah. Divyesh, could you able to get it?
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
Actually, the last, I was confused in last position of the triangle. You told that.
Yeah, tell me. What is your doubt again?
No, sir. Now it's clear.
Now it is
That,
clear. Yeah.
yes, sir.
So once you transfer this triangle such that AC is inclined 60 degrees, then you project it to the top and you will go to get the front view. So this will carries the final position will carry 50% of the total marks. Clear now?
Yes, sir.
Dhanushree, Divya,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Is it clear? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let us move on to the another one problem today. Everybody is having sketchbooks and drawing instruments with you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let us move on to the next problem today. Yeah, we'll take one pentagonal lamina. Okay. I will explain this. You can do this construction later because it takes time, and I will explain how to do square lamina later. Yeah. So for time being, I am just muting everybody. I will explain this, and if you have any doubts, and you can have the clarification. You have a rough sketch of this, and you can do these things in the sketchbooks later. And I will explain the square lamina, how to do it on a board later. For time being, I will explain this pentagonal lamina. Please, ask you just observing and listening. Just note down this rough sketch of this, how it will come, and later you can transfer it into the your sketchbooks. Okay, I will explain this, and for time being, I'm just muting everybody, and I will give a time for you to discuss any clarifications and any doubts after 10 minutes. Okay. Yeah. Let us take a problem. A pentagonal lamina of 30 millimeter side has one edge in HP and inclined 30 degrees to VP. Draw its projection when its surface is inclined at 45 degrees to the HP. See, this is another one problem on the lamina which is resting on HP with one of its edges. In the last class, I was talking about the few things when you are just answering or just getting the solution for any problem in engineering drawing or engineering graphics. One important thing you should remember here is you have to look it out for five important things. One is the lamina, which lamina they have given. Second important thing, whether it is resting on HP or resting on VP. Third important thing is whether it is resting on the edge or resting on the corner. And the fourth important thing is at what angle it is inclined, whether surface is inclined or whether edge is inclined. These are the three things. And with respect to VP and with respect to HP. If you just have a clarity about all these things, once you read the problem, then getting a projection of any kind of lamina is very simple. Okay. So let us take this problem here. Please make a note of this problem statement and also the rough sketch. Okay. So rough sketch for timing, I will keep on explaining. And laterwards, I will go to explain how to do a square lamina on a board. Okay. So a pentagonal lamina of 30 millimeter side has one edge in HP and inclined at 30 degrees to VP. Draw its projection when its surface is inclined at 45 degrees to the HP. So what's happening here is the lamina is pentagonal lamina. So say pentagonal, it is a regular pentagonal lamina. I already discussed how to construct a laminas in the class. Okay, so different methods have been discussed how to construct a regular pentagonal lamina. Two different methods. Which method you are comfortable, you can use that method and you can construct the lamina. A pentagonal lamina has one of its edge in HP. So the lamina is resting in HP. So therefore, the top view, you have to start with the top view. When the lamina rests in HP, you have to start with the true shape and true size you can see in the top view. So therefore, you will go to draw the pentagonal in the top view first. And second important thing you have to remember, it is has one edge in HP. So therefore, whenever the lamina is resting on HP on one of its edges, the edge should come to your left. Please remember this. Edge should come to your left. Corner is resting, corner should come to your left. Especially what happens in the case of a triangular lamina and pentagonal lamina. If edge is resting, you will have an opposite corner. But if in the case of a hexagon or a square, not an issue. But in the case of a triangular lamina and pentagonal lamina, so you will have an edge and opposite to that always be a corner. So therefore, you should be very careful while you are have a lamina with the triangle and pentagon. So you should make sure that the lamina is resting on the edge, and you have to ensure that the edge should come to your left. Okay. So this is what we have drawn here. A pentagonal lamina, the edge AB. AB is the edge which is resting on HP, and pentagonal lamina is ABCDE. So this is a regular pentagonal lamina of 30 millimeter side, and it is resting on the edge AB. See, this is AB. Okay, so edge resting means the edge AB should come to your left. So you have to construct a pentagon in such a way. Okay, so construct a pentagon of 30 millimeter side such that it is resting with one of its edges on HP. So once you get one of its edges on HP, means the top view you will going to get it as a true shape and true size of the pentagonal line. So this is first step is you have to construct. So draw the XY line, mark VP and HP, and below the XY line where we have what HP, the top view will come. You construct the pentagonal lamina of 30 millimeter side of any of the methods what I discussed in the class. Okay. So once you construct the pentagonal lamina, so now you have to get the front view for this lamina. So front view means you have to observe from this side. So just observe, you are observing from this side. So when you observe from this side, you can, the edges which are nearer to the observer are visible and away from the observer are not visible. Or you can say the points which are nearer to the observer are visible and which are away from the observer are not visible. So this is the one important thing while you are representing it on the front view. So when you just look at here, see point B, C and D. So these are the points which can be seen in this way, in this direction. When you observe this pentagonal lamina in this direction, you can see the point B, you can see point C, and you can see point D. Okay, and you can see these two edges, the edge, the line which connects the side which connects BC and the side which connects the point CD. So these two edges are visible in the front view, and the edge which are away from the observer, and point E and A. These are the 2 points which are away from the observer, and hence A and E is not visible. And the side which connects A and E as well as the side which connects E and D, they are not visible in the front. So therefore, so when you look at from the front, so you can see only the straight line in the sense the two edges. BC is visible and CD is visible. So therefore, everything it looks like a straight line in the front. So you can see here the points which are visible in the front view are written in the without parenthesis and which are away from the observer, just like A and E. A dash and E dash. These are the 2 points which are away from the observer, not seen in the front view or shown in the parenthesis. So this is, so once you project it, so you will go to get B dash and C dash is the edge which is visible in the front view. E dash and D dash is the edge which is visible in the front view. But same thing, the A dash and B dash, see this is the edge which is not visible in the front view, and A dash, D dash is also not visible, and E dash and B dash is also not visible. So this is the front view of a pentagonal lamina resting on one of its edges on H. Okay. So once you draw this, next thing is the condition we have to set. See, the first condition has been satisfied. The pentagonal lamina 30 millimeter side has one of its edges in HP. So this we have satisfied. Okay. Then the second condition what we are supposed to satisfy is when its surface is inclined at 45 degrees to HP. So what we have to do is now the lamina has been tilted in such a way that it makes an angle of 45 degrees with respect to HP. So this inclination with respect to HP of the lamina can be seen in the front view. So what is the front view at present we are having? It is, this is the front view at present because it is resting on HP. Now we are taking and you are lifting in this way. See, the lamina is like this and you are lifting in this way. So you are lifting in this way in the sense you can see only the straight line which is inclined to HP at 45 degrees. So this is the second position where you can see the front view. In the front view, you can show the lamina is inclined at 45 degrees. So this is what means you will going to tilt the lamina in such a way that the edge AB will be resting on HP only. So don't take this A dash and B dash up. So it should be resting on HP. This is where given as A1, B1 and D1. So you can take A dash, B dash, no problem. The same thing only we have taken here. So you can incline it with respect to HP at 45 degrees. So this is the one what we do. The same line, front view in the first position. So this line, B dash and D dash, the total length you have to draw, and you have to transfer this point, C dash. Take a compass, B dash and C dash. With B dash as a center, you cut it here, and you will go to get this point. So you have to transfer each and every point in the second front view to the third position here. So there you will going to get the line. The line is that is the front view where it is still inclined 45 degrees to H. So this is the front view of the second position. Okay. So once you get this front view, now what's happened? The lamina is inclined at 45 degrees to HP. Now in this position, when you observe from the top, it is a pentagon. but pentagon is of a no true shape. It is of a diminished shape, or what we call it as, it is been shortened. Okay, so foreshortened we call it as, it has been shortened, and you can see the diminished size and shape of a pentagon. So because it's already inclined, and in this same position, when you observe from the top, okay, so what you can see the pentagon, you can see the pentagon, but pentagon is of a diminished shape and diminished size. So therefore, once you get this, you should be in a position to know what is the top view, and you can project this. So draw the projector lines from each point over here, okay, and similarly from the top view. From the top view, so draw the projector lines. Each point, each A, B, C, D, E, each point you should draw the horizontal projector line. So now, the vertical projector from the front view and the horizontal projector from the top view, the first top view, where it meets, that you mark it as A, similarly B, E1, G1, and E1. Like that, you just mark it. Okay, so first you have to mark the points, then you can easily join. So when you are joining this point, very means when you are marking this point, then be careful. So you have to mark the point as an intersection point of the projector lines which is coming from the front view. Just simple example, if you take for A, the A1, this is a projector line, am I right? So this is the vertical projector we are drawing from the front view, and this is the horizontal projector from A. So these two should meet at a point. So that point we take it as an A. Okay. Similarly, B is also here only. For this, you have to continue. So just therefore, you draw the projector line totally like this, and then you just draw the vertical horizontal projectors, and the intersection of vertical projector with the horizontal projector, the corresponding point you need to mark. So A1, B1, C1, D1, and next you can join all these things with a tick line. So this is what we call it as the top view on the second position. Okay, so when you look at, when you compare this pentagon and this pentagon, just look at these two pentagons. So this is a true shape of a pentagon, and this is the diminished shape of a pentagon. So the reason for this diminution is the surface of the lamina is been inclined at 45 degrees to HP. Initially it was like this. Okay, so you can see the true shape. Now you are inclined in this. So in the same top view, so the pentagon is visible, but it is of a diminished size. So this is the second position of a pentagon resting on HP with surface inclined at 45 degrees to HP, right? So now this is the second condition. So we are satisfied the condition as the surface is inclined at 45 degrees to HP. Now the third condition is the edge on which is in HP is inclined at 30 degrees to BP. This is another one important thing. The edge on HP. The edge on HP is here A1 and now AB, or in this position it is A1, B1. So now what we have to do here is we have to copy this pentagon. Please remember here the position 4, what I have shown it is position 4, the top view of the second position. This has to be shifted here. Okay, this diminished pentagon or the top view of the second position, this pentagon has to be shifted here such that the A1 and B1, the edge resting on HP, should be inclined to BP at 30 degrees. So how to shift this one and how to satisfy that condition that the edge is inclined, the edge on which it is in HP is inclined at 30 degrees to B. So for that, what we do here is, so this is the beginning of the third position. In the third position, what he says, the edge is inclined 30 degrees to B. So draw a line 30 degrees. So in this way, so 30 degrees, draw a line. Next, what you do is now measure A1 and B1. So once you, what you can do is, so take a sufficient distance from the XY line, because one important thing you should remember here is the top view should not cross the XY line for any reason. So therefore, you take a sufficient distance, sufficient length of a line. So make sure that once you draw a pentagon over here, none of the points should cross the XY line. The top view should not cross the XY line. So this is the one important thing when you're doing it on a sketch. Okay. So now what you do is, once you draw a 30-degree line over here, so on this line, the edge on which it is resting, AB, should come. So the second position, top view, A1 and B1. Now what you can do, mark A1 on this 30-degree line, anywhere, but make sure that it is at a sufficient distance from the XY line. So mark A1 as an A2 over here. What you are showing is A2. And similarly, take a compass, measure A1, B1, and with A2 as a center on degree, you cut it. So please remember one thing is, you are transferring this pentagon over here. That's it. You are transferring this pentagon over here. Then once you get this, and with respect to this as a base, you have to construct this pentagon. So take a compass, measure A1, B1, C1, A1, E1, cut it over here, and then again B1, E1, like that. You have to transfer this entire pentagon, the top view, on this 30 degree. So this is the completion. Once you complete the pentagon, or once you transfer everything, the pentagon, entire pentagon, on this 30-degree line, such that the base A1 or AB should be on the on 30 degree. Okay. Now what you do, once you draw this pentagon, rest of things are simple. So each point you draw the vertical projector above the XY line based on convenient distance. From each point, A1, B1, C1, A2, B2, C2, D2, everywhere you can draw the projector lines to a sufficient distance. And similarly, the projector lines from the second front view, second position front view, draw the horizontal projectors. And the same thing, so where the vertical projectors from each point intersects the horizontal projector from the second front view, so mark those points. For example, if it is A2, so this is the vertical projector, right? The vertical projector, and A1 is lying here. This is the vertical horizontal projector. These two will meet at this point. Similarly, B2. The B2 is the vertical projector for here, and B1 is the vertical projector from here. Vertical projector from C and horizontal projector from C. The vertical projector from D and horizontal projector from D. Similarly, vertical projector from E and horizontal projector from E. So intersection of the horizontal and vertical projectors. So that point you have to mark, and you have to name that as sufficiently, whether it is A or B or C or D, whatever it is. Then you can join those points. You can join those points with a thick line. So that will constitute the final front view. So here, what we're going to get it here is the three different positions: initial position, second position, and the third position or final position, what we call it as. So in the initial position, you are satisfying the condition, one condition. In the second position, you are satisfying the other condition. And in the final position, you are satisfying all the. So ultimately, what we want is the final position. So this is actually the front and top view of the lamina, which is resting on HP with one of its edges. Such that the surface is inclined at 45 degrees to VP, and the edge on which it rests is inclined 30 degrees to VP. So these are the things what you're supposed to be careful while you are doing it on a sketch course. Okay, so this is the final position what we want. Finally, we want this position which carries 50% of the marks. In your means, out of 25, you're going to get 13 marks for this, 6 marks for the initial position, and 6 marks for your second position. Okay. Yeah. So you can unmute, and if you have any clarification, any doubts, you can ask for another 2-3 minutes. Anybody? Anytime, anywhere you cannot able to understand, please clarify your doubts.
So the measurement of AB and A1, B1 and A2, B2 will remain same?
No. Which is A1? Sorry. AB?
AB, A1, B1 and A2, B2.
Yeah, it will remain same because it is a vertical projector. No, it will remain same. Yeah, it remains same. It remains same. Only these distances will diminish because A1, AB, A1, B1 and A2, B2 will remain same. Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Any doubts? Please, can speak, and who is there? Please speak it out. Any clarification? The same thing, you can transfer it in your sketchbooks later. Some of them are unmuted there. You can mute it and you can speak to me. Ayush,
Yes, sir.
are you clear with the concept, or if you have any
Yes, sir.
clarification, you can make.
Yes, sir. Clear, sir.
Some more students, they are not, they are all unmuted there, they are muted there. I don't know why. If you have any clarification, you can come out and you can speak to me.
No, sir. It's clear, sir.
Clear? So please
Yes, sir.
do it in the sketchbook. Okay, when you do it in a sketchbook, so you will going to get the concept exactly. Okay, see, generally the doubts what students will get here is the second to third position. When you are transferring to second to third position, you have to transfer the top view. So this top view is there, no? I'm showing it on a mouse cursor. Please observe the mouse cursor. So this is the top view. You have to transfer it into the third position. This pentagon and this pentagon are same. Okay, this is a diminished pentagon and this is also diminished pentagon. These two pentagons are same. So you have to get these things done. Okay, and also when you are constructing, you should be very careful while you are doing this pentagon. So how to construct this edges should be of same size. You are constructing this pentagon over here such that the edge AB is inclined at 30 degrees to B. So that you have to.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So any clarification, any
Yes, sir.
students, please you can speak. You can unmute, and if you see means it's very difficult. Abdul Wasim, Aarti, Divyashree, Ishan, unmute, and you can speak to me. Yeah, please, if you have any clarification, you can speak to me. Otherwise, I'll go for the next problem to solve. Aarti, you have any doubts, any clarification? Avantika,
No, sir.
any doubts, ma?
No, sir.
Okay. I will take one simple problem. See, the square lamina of 40 millimeter side rests on one of its sides on HP. The lamina makes 30 degrees to HP and the side on which rests 45 degrees to BP. Draw its projections. A square lamina of 40 millimeter side rests on one of its edges on HP. The lamina makes 30 degrees to HP and the side on which it rests makes 45 degrees to BP. So this is the problem. Then, how to solve this problem here? We'll just show it. So please observe here. First, you draw an XY line. Draw the XY line. Okay. Then you can draw VP and HP. Okay. Now we have got a square lamina of 40 millimeter side. So edge should come to your right. So of course square is not an issue for you. So you can draw a square of 40 millimeter side. Okay. This is a square of 40 millimeter side. So you can name it as A because it is a top view. Okay. So now you have to get the front view of this. For that, you have to draw the projector lines. That projector line should come to the XY line. So draw the projector lines from each one. Okay. Now you can see only the edge AB is visible in the front view and CD is not visible. So therefore, what we will do, A dash is visible and D coincides with this one. And this is B dash, and within the bracket you can get C dash because BC is not visible in the front view. Okay. So here now the top view is also a straight line, but it is of a thickness, different thickness. So you will going to get it. So this is the front view. Okay, this is the initial position. I was talking in our last class. This is called the initial position. This is very important for you. Okay, so once you get this, the next thing is you have to transfer or you have to incline the lamina to the 45 degrees line, 45 degree line, or 30 degree line, sorry, 30 degree. So what you have to do, and draw this. You can mark this as 30 degree. Okay. So now the points what you have to get is A dash, you have to search that A dash and B dash. Still over the line, and here you get B dash and C Now you have to get the line, projector lines from each point over here. Draw the vertical projectors. Similarly from here. And similarly from this point and from here. Okay. So the vertical projector where it meets, this point is A, this is B, this is C, and this is D. Okay. Now join all those points with a thick line. This is the second position of a lamp. Now what you have to do is you have to take this and you have to tilt it with respect to the HP. So VP, it is inclined at 45 degrees to VP. So draw a line for 45 degrees. Okay. Okay. Now you have to transfer this such that AD should come on this line. So like that. Okay. So my time is running out of here, and I will come back to you again. We will have another one session later. So I will just discuss these things with you later. So again, I will proceed with the same thing where we will have. I will discuss another one or two problems. Okay. So please join me at 9:30 again, once again with a different login ID I have given. We will discuss that. Okay.